welcome back. Today we're going to be checking in with some more Ted Nivision. We've seen him travel, go to every single Margaritaville. Now I'm watching him go to every single Rainforest cafe. I've been excited since seeing the Margaritaville, the actual trek that it was to get all the way around the country to visit all of these establishments, and then to see that he's done it before, similar but different. I'm kind of like curious what's the main difference going to be versus how we saw him embrace Margaritaville. I'm very excited and I hope you are as well. If you are new here, please do consider subscribing. It'd really help me out. I'd very much appreciate it. Thank you. Also, make sure you use code MOAN for 10% off your order at GamerSubs, and check out our merch, the merch and the Bob plushie. It's gonna be linked down below. Are you ready? Let's go.
I did something really stupid when I was gone. Do you want to know what it is? This is the Rainforest Cafe. It's a themed restaurant that's decked out to look like a rainforest. They got animatronic animals. The waiters refer to themselves as safari guides. And every 30 minutes, there is a thunderstorm that happens within the restaurant. It is the stupidest, most ridiculous restaurant to exist. And I love it so much. And for that reason, I drove almost 10,000 miles to go to every single one of them.
Woo! Doing it again. Honestly, I came really close to going to a Rainforest cafe for my birthday. Actually, I was in a mall. I'd never seen a Rainforest cafe in the wild, as it were, and there's apparently one here right near me, and it took every bit of my willpower not to go in there because I don't know why, I felt like it would taint my experience of living vicariously through Ted. So I wanted to see this video first and then kind of get like his view on it, what he thinks, and then have something to compare. You know what I mean? Maybe I did it backwards. Maybe I should have let myself have my birthday at a Rainforest cafe, but maybe one day. Maybe I'll take you guys with me. Maybe.
What else did you expect? This Rainforest Cafe Odyssey began by stopping at the closest location to LA in Ontario, California. It's also where I met up with my partner, Eddie Burback. He's dastardly good looking, played a perfect game in Wii bowling, and has a mustache that makes animated Disney movie fathers cry like little wham wham babies. He was perfect. Walking into that random mall in California, I knew that we were about to embark on something truly special.
Initial thoughts? I like it here.
Yeah, it's actually gonna be good.
Nice.
If the food's bad, he's gonna have a horrible time.
Shut the fuck up, Jim. Entering this holy place made me feel like a young boy again. The animatronics seemed so real. And the menu still had some of my favorites from my childhood, including the Gorilla Grilled Cheese Delight and the Jurassic Chicken Tidbits. What is a tidbit? I'm pretty sure we made our server's day by actually signing up for the Rainforest Cafe members card, which normally wouldn't have much use, but for our specific situation made a lot of sense. Then all of a sudden, without any warning, our first Rainforest thunderstorm. That thunder had us shivering in our little boots. We waved goodbye to this first Rainforest Cafe and prepare for our road trip to every single other location of this restaurant.
Yay!
This is the stupidest thing I think either of us have ever done.
I walked out of my apartment and I was like, oh my god, I'm not gonna be back for 3 weeks because I'm doing this.
There's gonna be so much driving. And we're doing that driving in my 2002 Toyota Tacoma. Forest green, aesthetically rusted from the New England winters, and also the only car that I've had for the last 8 years. That's right, I drive myself to high school in this car, and I'm almost 25. The first startup of the truck.
Please don't start. Please refuse to start. I beg of you.
Can you imagine if it didn't?
That would be
From
so
LA,
good.
we drove 384 miles to Phoenix, Arizona, where we'd find our second Rainforest Cafe. And you might be asking why I'm doing this in the first place. I was one of the children whose childhood was blessed with a Rainforest Cafe-filled life. It was the best thing that ever happened to my small, tiny, frail body. But that's not the only reason.
A popular family restaurant in Johnson County closes its doors.
Popular restaurant Rainforest Cafe abruptly closes its doors.
The restaurant Rainforest Cafe has closed its location in the Oak Park Mall.
Outside Today, a crew worked on taking...
The Rainforest Cafe is dying out. At its peak, there was 34 Rainforest Cafes in the United States. Today, that number has been whittled down to half. And if I didn't go to every last Rainforest Cafe in the country, I don't know if I would even be able to look at myself. So yeah, here we are at Rainforest Cafe number 2. Eddie and I decided to share the flatbread appetizer.
What? That looks good. I am not one for like arugula or anything on like a pizza, so I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm taking that shit off. But like, that looks really good, and like the slices, little slices of cheese and everything.
Flatbread appetizer, which was served on a very fancy stone platter, typical of your higher-end eating establishment. And I got a Beyond Burger with one of my favorite sides, safari fries. What makes them different from normal fries?
Nothing.
You're eating them on a safari. One of the interesting facets of this location, though, was how insanely loud the elephants we were next to were. And hey, what's a Rainforest Cafe without random animal heads sticking out of the walls without very clear proportion guidelines?
With that, we've hit Rainforest Cafe number 2, on to number 3.
And 4.
And then 5, and then 6. We're somewhere in New Mexico right now, and we're about to go camping in the middle of the desert. We're little crunchy granola boys sometimes.
Oh.
I would say mostly not me, but I'm hoping I have a good experience.
Eddie's a big crunchy
I like
guy.
beds.
Everyone refers to Eddie Burback as like Mr. Groundhog.
I don't know about that. I know that it was Eddie top 10 on trending Burback.
Okay.
Recently, Eddie the King of the Squirts.
We're now at our campsite, baby. We're in the middle of nowhere in New Mexico. So
is attacking me.
tomorrow we're heading to the Dallas Rainforest Cafe. We set up our camp, made a little fire, and as we sat there under the stars, we dreamed of all the Rainforest Cafe visits we had left in store, weeks of experience in front of us. The world was our oyster, or should I say rainforest. That was so stupid. That didn't even make any sense. Just a
Go
quick
with
word
it.
from the sponsor of this video, which is BetterHelp. I have ADHD, and since I have a job that requires a lot of personal executive functioning, it can sometimes be a heavy weight on my own personal mental health, amongst other things. If you're struggling with your own mental health, you're absolutely not alone. And even if the people around you encourage taking care of your mental health, it can be difficult to know where to start. BetterHelp is customized online therapy that offers video, phone, and even live chat sessions with your therapist, so you don't even need to see someone on camera if you don't want to. There's a broad range of expertise in BetterHelp's 20,000 plus therapist network, so you can have access to help that may not necessarily be available in your area. You fill out a questionnaire to help assess what your specific needs are, and you get matched with a therapist in under 48 hours. Then you schedule secure video and phone sessions, and everything that you share is completely confidential. If you find your therapist isn't right for you, then you can request a new therapist.
Yeah,
at
there's
no
really
additional
nothing went
charge
wrong
anytime.
here.
If you think BetterHelp might be good for you, then you can get 10% off at betterhelp.com/Ted Nivision.
Good morning, everyone. It's 5:30
Oh my
in the
God.
morning, and we have to drive an additional 10 hours to make it to our next Rainforest Cafe. If we don't, our plans will be squandered.
We have reservations tonight.
10 hours is a
First, we hit
stretch.
White Sands National Park, which is pretty literal to the name.
There's sand dunes everywhere, baby. What the hell is going on? Why is this in America?
From there, we began our 621-mile trek to Dallas, Texas. And when you've got 10 hours of drive time, sometimes roadside attractions become as enticing as ever.
Oh, Eddie, Pistachio Land.
Okay.
Pistachio Land. Have you ever seen the largest pistachio before? Chances are
and
no.
I'm fine with that. I could be on my deathbed and someone would go, "What are your regrets?" And I would say, definitely not missing out on the largest pistachio.
There's another one.
Yeah, they're billboard ads.
They want us to go.
That's how advertising works.
Bigger is better. That's so true. Bigger is better.
You can freak out all you want.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to forgive you or myself if I don't see the largest pistachio in the world.
I can't stress enough how much I can live with that.
It's the largest pistachio
We're not
in
going
the
to the
world.
fucking pistachio.
Life changed.
Okay, well, I'm satisfied.
We made it to Dallas, Texas. The first thing we noticed at this Rainforest Cafe was the difference in the population of customers in the restaurant.
It's a miracle. We're not the only ones.
Perhaps it was because it was the first Rainforest Cafe we went to that had fish. Or it could be because of a theory I've held for a while that I was seeing in the flesh for the first time. The Rainforest Cafe Texas supercluster theory.
Oh?
This is the Texas Rainforest Cafe supercluster, as I've mentioned, which means I think that all of the restaurants in this area are going to be higher quality. They're going to be busy. They're going to have lots of people. Food's going to be good. Drinks are going to be popping. We've barely scratched the surface, ladies and gentlemen, of what we can discover.
Ooh, that bodes well for me then. If I do end up indulging in a little Rainforest Cafe, maybe mine, since I live in Texas, are gonna be the top of the top, the creme de la creme of Rainforest Cafe.
A pretty good sign if a specific Rainforest Cafe is completely booked up. The Galveston one, the San Antonio one, they're both booked up out the wazoo.
Now we're starting to reserve Rainforest Cafes ahead of time.
We cannot afford to not get into one of these Rainforest Cafes.
The Galveston one apparently has somebody said it was a ride, then I heard it was a water ride.
If there is even a chance that we can go on the Galveston Rainforest Cafe ride, I want it.
We gotta do it.
In my mind right now, I'm imagining like a tiger-themed roller coaster that goes through the restaurant, and I don't think it's gonna be anything like that.
And we drove from Dallas all the way down to San Antonio to reach Rainforest Cafe number 4. It was situated in a pretty cool location, the Riverwalk in San Antonio.
Oh, that's
we also
so
met up with some
nice.
pals here that you may know. This location was cool because it had 3 floors to it. It was really compressed into the location it was in, which was unique to this Rainforest Cafe, I believe. Everyone in the group had a fantastic time, and I was proud to say that we converted them into RFC lovers. Don't believe me? Listen to them.
They gave me a freaking light-up cup, and it was sick.
They had my name on one of the keychains. I really appreciate that.
They ran out of toilet seat covers, but they did have 2 ply toilet paper.
Connor had a panic attack.
We were supposed to drive back to Austin, Texas, where we'd then leave for Houston the next morning. Unfortunately, though, the truck started being a bit louder than normal.
Hey, being loud is fine. Guys, there's nothing wrong with being loud, right? I mean,
I think we can all agree that a little bit of volume isn't a problem!
right? I feel like there's not a problem with getting a little bit louder. I think that's fine. Don't be so judgmental. Come on now.
It's not supposed to sound like that. Fuck. So I drove the truck to the nearest Midas repair shop. If we were going to stay on schedule, the truck had to be fixed and fast. To see my broken green child hurting like this was almost too much to bear. But what was even harder to bear was what I had to deal with while I waited for it to be fixed. For some reason, at 7:30 a.m. in the morning, they decided to play Saving Private Ryan on the TV at almost full volume. I don't think you understand the fever dream of watching people's heads be blown off on the beaches of Normandy at 7:30 a.m. in a Midas waiting room like it was Good Morning America. And I watched the entirety of Saving Private Ryan. Then I stepped outside briefly to get some air and make some calls, and I come back in to see that Saving Private Ryan was playing a second time. I was in the most uniquely crafted scenario in hell. Thankfully, the truck got fixed in time, but now something within me is broken. Before we left Austin, though, we got a little peek into the rainforest by getting to meet the animals at Alveus Animal Sanctuary. I got to stroll with an emu, which is a terrifying bird that seems like it should not exist, and I made friends with the crows. They will remember me with their 5th grader brains as an ally to the world of crows.
This is a crow.
His name's Rabbit.
He's gonna remember my face.
And you know, these animals sort of reminded me of all the mascots for the Rainforest Cafe. They're called the Wild Bunch, and they're all known criminals. You've got Cha-Cha, the red-eyed tree frog, a money launderer. Iggy the iguana, a thief. Nile the crocodile, arrested for drunk driving. Rio the macaw, an infamous poacher. Maya the jaguar, tax evasion. Tuki the elephant, cyberbully. Bamba the gorilla, in the can for assault and battery. And Ozzy the orangutan, weed. So we drove to Houston, Texas to...
Oh my god. So, Farrah, what are you in for, huh? You're doing some time in the slammer. Oh, you know, finally got me. It was that goddamn oregano. Oh Oh no!
To visit the Katy Mills Rainforest Cafe. This Rainforest Cafe was a pretty standard mall rainforest cafe.
Don't do
Delicious and
seasonings,
exciting
kids.
meal as always. But we went to bed that night thinking of the Rainforest Cafe we had tomorrow. The #1 Rainforest Cafe in Texas, Galveston. We were greeted the next morning by the most impressive Rainforest Cafe we had seen yet. A beautifully shaped volcanic building along with a handy sign that showed us the one and only Rainforest Cafe ride. This was gonna be one for the books. This location was popping and we ate some of the most delicious general American chain restaurant food money could buy. Eddie even enjoyed a slushie with that money launderer's head on it.
Having the greatest lunch of my life.
Then we bought matching shirts and prepared for what could be the most electric RFC experience yet.
Oh, is it actually open? Oh my god, it is!
You kidding me? Look out!
Oh my god! Yo, we gotta have my birthday party here next year.
Elephant! 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 Do it!
Ooh.
What the fuck is going on?
To say we were blown away would be an understatement. That was the greatest thing I had ever seen. I almost didn't even want to leave.
What the hell?
I mean, wow.
Wow. This lived up and I think was a little bit better than I expected.
Am I kind of turning you over to the side of the Rainforest Cafe?
Well, no. If we weren't doing this video and you said like, do you want to go to the Rainforest Cafe for like another time this month? I'd still probably say no. Is your enjoyment ramping up no matter the location, just every time we go to one? You're not tired of the safari fries for the 6th time in a row?
Here's what I'll say. I think if you just get a little bit more Rainforest Cafe, it'll click for you.
No, so the problem is that I'm having too much.
Why don't we table this for a little bit, I suppose?
I mean, we could table
Why don't
it,
we
but-
table this conversation?
Yeah, I'm not going to change
We'll put a
my
pin
So
in
we
it.
drove from Galveston all the way to celebrate our progress in New Orleans, still living off the high of that last rainforest, but there was still more to come. After breakfast in New Orleans, we began our drive to Gainesville, Florida, and oh my god, what is that?
It's
I was blessed with a
Buc-ee's!
vision of a mascot character advertising a gas station called Buc-ee's, and I just had to make us stop and check out what the hell was going on.
You didn't stop in Texas at a Buc-ee's? That's criminal. I will be telling the authorities.
I forced Eddie to push a Buc-ee's run because we'd never been to Buc-ee's before.
That you went through how many stops in Texas and did not hit a Buc-ee's? No, that's actually illegal. That is so sad.
Out of gas. Had to skip multiple gas stations to go to Buc-ee's.
This was the most massive gas station shop I had ever
Yes.
seen. They had everything. Some guy was chopping a brisket like it was the
Yep.
only thing that he had ever learned in his entire life. This beaver was running an empire under my nose the entire time, and they sold everything. They had jelly. They had jam. Is there even a market for pickled quail eggs? Even the ice
There
was
is
funny.
now.
69, that's the sex number. My love for mascots. My love for theme. I just couldn't handle it.
I just feel like you're kind of a sucker for mascotted brands.
What do you mean?
On day 8, we reached the southernmost Rainforest Cafe in the United States, just outside of Miami, Florida, for our 7th visit to this magical place. Although this Rainforest Cafe wasn't the one in Florida I was most excited about, that would come when we drove back north to Orlando. Upon arriving in Orlando, we met up with our girlfriends who had just flown in. Nice to see ya. And we met up with Drew and Amanda, who would be joining us for this stop at the Disney Springs Rainforest Cafe. This Rainforest Cafe had an exterior that was an even more intense volcano building than Galveston.
That's cool. That scared me. I was taking in the sights and it went boosh and that scared me.
And the classic crocodile for this one was just hanging out next to the volcano. Walking into this Rainforest Cafe, I knew that we'd be convincing Amanda and Drew to join our RFC fan club. The atmosphere was on point. This was a pretty good one. Drew and Amanda were having so much fun that we had to take an RFC fan club family photo to savor the memory. Look at us. And since our waiter got lost in the jungle for 40 minutes to find our check, we got to spend extra time listening to elephant screams and thunder claps. Drew was practically overwhelmed with satisfaction.
What a time, Eddie. What a time.
Chrissy, if I murdered him, will you vouch for me to the police?
In order to reach the second Orlando-based Rainforest Cafe, we had to venture into probably the most thematically appropriate place for one to be, which was the fucking Animal Kingdom in Disney World.
We are currently at the most exclusive Rainforest Cafe location, hidden within the confines of a transnational multimedia conglomerate. It's Animal Kingdom Rainforest Cafe. What a delight.
Really, that was a real mouthful.
But that's not the only thing that made this Rainforest Cafe special. This location is the only Rainforest Cafe in the entirety of North America to serve breakfast. That's right, we were there at 9 a.m. and we were gonna start our day with a rainforest-themed breakfast feast. This breakfast selection came with its own menu, with a slew of options somehow more ridiculous than the normal menu. Jurassic chicken tidbits? I raise you Pie of the Viper, a Mexican-style breakfast pizza. It's like they spun those 3 descriptors on a slot machine. We ended up getting the breakfast sliders. I don't know if it was because the eggs were fresh or they just put crack in them, but those sliders were good. I also got a Bloody Mary that morning at 9 a.m., but I only did it because I was trying to get something out of it. But I'll tell you what that is when I finish this trip. Of course, after leaving, the only thing that was on our minds was to go on an actual safari. We saw zebras. We saw giraffes. We saw monkeys. The only thing that would have made this better is if I had a plate full of safari fries on my lap. I was over the moon. Of course, moments like these can't last forever. So after spending the rest of our day at the Animal Kingdom, our journey would continue as we reached Nashville, Tennessee, possibly the most out-of-the-way Rainforest Cafe on the entire route. We left so early in the morning that we got there before it had even opened, so we waited.
Oh, nice. Dude, also, it is so weird to me. Like, the Rainforest Cafe that I ran into was in a mall. I don't know why. Seeing it in a mall was such a shock, right? I don't know where I thought they were supposed to be. I guess just like on their own as like its own restaurant and like yada yada, whatever. But just like walking around shopping for clothes and then seeing this, like you can see right here behind them, this like super lush, overgrown like corner of a mall and it be like a restaurant was very like jarring, not in any sort of bad way. It was just like, what is that even doing here?
It's an interesting sensation to sit in a mall at 11 a.m. and wait for a Rainforest Cafe to open. There was a shocking amount of people in this Rainforest Cafe at 11 a.m. And since this location didn't even serve breakfast, what are you here for? Brunch at the Rainforest Cafe? This location is also where we learned an interesting fact about why some of the Rainforest Cafes get rid of the fish. They spend $3.5 million a year per location just for the fish, which is probably why this fish has been staring me down the whole time we ate. He knew he was more expensive than me and he wanted me to know it. Either way, Eddie and I were having the time of our lives. I could just tell. Eventually, it was time for us to leave Tennessee and make our way further north. We were heading to the Atlantic City Rainforest Cafe. And we were on a roll. 2 Rainforest rascals rolling down the open road, going to every location of a beautiful themed restaurant. Everything was going great. Nothing could stop us. That is, of course, until disaster struck us, like lightning to an animatronic gorilla.
Oh no!
We've run into a bit of an issue of a caliber that may be a big problem. Very large problem, actually.
We were driving on the highway and the truck reacted really abnormally to what would be a small bump. I noticed the truck was aggressively leaning to one side, and when I checked under it, I discovered this.
That is the suspension right there. It has snapped off.
As far as I know, it would be a really, really bad idea to drive this car without the shocks.
The damage was so
Nah, we can, you got some like electrical tape, some like duct tape. You can like spit on it. You could, nah, I know a guy, okay? If we just like real quick, we just pop over like my cousin 3 times removed, you know, like We'll get it fixed. Don't even worry about it. It's all right. No, you're fine to drive it over there. It's okay.
So bad we had to get the truck towed to the nearest repair shop. For now, Atlantic City had to wait. It seemed like our entire journey was being called into question. I stood there in the drizzling rain of Delaware as I watched my steed be hauled away. The rain felt like what I had experienced in a rainforest, not so unfamiliar to me now. I knew in my heart that there was a way to get this done in 3 weeks, but tonight we had to stay in hell on earth. Newark, Delaware. This put our road trip plans in a terrible situation. Would we be able to get the truck fixed tomorrow? Or would parts not come and we'd be waiting a day or 2 days? We literally had no idea. All we could do was wait for tomorrow. We received a rainforest miracle. The truck was fixed somehow. They found parts for the truck, and we had a chance to make back the time we lost. But we'd have to go to 2 rainforest cafes in 1 day. So we raced as fast as we legally could to Atlantic City like madmen. And when we arrived at this rainforest cafe, we ordered our food and drinks and immediately asked for the check. We scarfed down mozzarella sticks like starving British orphans, and I sucked down that cheetorita like I was a dehydrated elephant at the watering hole. A quick touch to the Atlantic Ocean, and we kept going, screaming down the roads of New Jersey like our wives were in labor. There wasn't a damn thing that was gonna stop us now. And we arrived just in time to reach the Edison, New Jersey Rainforest Cafe. So we had heard stories of this Rainforest Cafe. It was rumored to be the lowest performing location in the country. I can summarize the state that it was in with this. The crocodile pond was devoid of water.
It looks sad.
What?
We were joined at this lowest performing Rainforest Cafe with Nakey Jakey and our boy Fritz.
This is the worst location that we heard from other Rainforest Cafe employees. If you look at the sign, let's go.
Despite the flaws of this Rainforest Cafe, it was still a Rainforest Cafe. The wow factor was still there, and you could see that Jakey was having a good time. Jakey and Fritz were so inspired by this Rainforest Cafe that they gave us a little bit of slam poetry.
Rainforest Cafe in the forest, built like a snake. I'm Forrest Gump. I forgot my rake. And he doesn't like to hump. Well.
Then we drove into New York City, spent some time celebrating our journey thus far with Jakey and friends, and prepared to hit the road once more because we weren't finished yet.
15. Day 15.
On day 15, we reached the American Niagara Falls Rainforest Cafe. And this Rainforest Cafe is significant because I've already been to this Rainforest Cafe before. 4 years ago with my buddy Ross, it's one of the earliest videos on my channel. And I was delighted to see that it was still open. Maybe there is hope. I bought a Niagara Falls Rainforest Cafe crew neck with all my favorite criminals on it.
How do I look?
Yeah, it's good, I guess.
You look great.
And from there, we prepared to cross the border in order to go to the last Canadian Rainforest Cafe. All we had to do was just pass through Border Patrol.
Once you have that code, then you can seek entry to Canada. So unfortunately, you're not able to come to Canada.
We just got denied entry to Canada.
We got in 5 minutes later when we filled out the right paperwork. This Canadian location was unique in that it was the only privately owned Rainforest Cafe. So the menu was a bit more custom than your average RFC. Even the fish population was custom, and by that, I mean they had a fucking shark. That's my favorite animal from the rainforest. Even the animatronic animals seemed a bit more lively.
You've been caught. You look like a toddler who's been told not to touch things, and then you suddenly break $1,000 vase or something, you little stinker.
It's my favorite animal from the rainforest. Even the animatronic animals seemed a bit more lively than what we were used to. We also saw this waterfall, but not a Rainforest Cafe, so no reason to care, me say.
Oh, that was so good.
We stopped at Rainforest Cafe number 15 in Detroit, Michigan. At this point, I could see the amount of Rainforest Cafes we had been to was weighing on Eddie. We had been to so many thus far, and it was probably impossible for him to figure out what his favorite one was. I really felt for him. because I was going through the same thing. From Detroit, we drove to Chicago, where we stayed with Eddie's mom, and on day 17, for our 16th Rainforest Cafe, we traveled from Chicago to Gurnee, Illinois to enjoy another helping of safari fries at the RFC. And this time we were joined by Danny Gonzalez. Danny and I just clicked. He was a Rainforest Cafe lover like myself, and he might have been having a better time than I was, which is, wow. Like, he must have been a veteran too, because he knew Tracy Tree by name.
It's Tracy Tree.
It's a talking tree that's in every single gift shop of every single Rainforest Cafe, and they say the same thing every time.
Check out the wild selection of toys, gifts, and souvenirs right here in the rainforest.
The tree is a sellout.
Eddie's joy, I could tell, was more internal. He's more of a philosophical lover of the RFC. Honestly, I think it makes him kind of cool. Danny and I walked out of there with a glorious safari march, and he loved it so much that he said this.
My favorite thing about the Rainforest Cafe was the way the waiter was so nice, and he reminded me of a real rainforest cafe.
How?
Right now, we are heading to Bloomington, Minnesota, which is the location of the second to last Rainforest Cafe, and also the first Rainforest Cafe to ever have been opened. This is a very big deal for me. I can't believe that we've been blessed to go to almost every Rainforest Cafe at this point.
Blessed. Maybe words like cursed, prison, spells have been cast on me.
Whoa! What are you talking about?
Wingardium Depressioso.
I think he's having a great time. I think he's really enjoying this experience. I think he's having a great time.
What are you talking about, dude? More like Wingardium Safariosa is what I'm thinking, baby.
So we set our sights on where this rainforest found its roots in the Mall of America. It was such a maze to navigate through that we made it there just an hour before closing. Lucky for us too, because I think that this was Eddie's favorite Rainforest Cafe yet.
Hello, kids. My name is Tracy Tree.
Oh no.
Everybody loves animals.
Oh, it's like a bad trip.
Monkeys to tropical fish. They all live with me here in the rainforest.
Whoa.
Are you being paid by the Rainforest Cafe?
What are you talking about?
How are you still having a good time?
We're going to every Rainforest Cafe in the United States, Eddie. That's a joy.
Parts of the road trip are fun, but then we fucking end up in another rainforest. We've been to 17 Rainforest Cafes.
And don't you feel like the luckiest person in the world?
Why
Like,
do you feel lucky?
You got animatronic animals, safari fries. Have you tried the safari fries?
If I eat another fucking safari fry, dude, I'm dunking myself in the alligator pit. Slowly, as we continue, I'm more and more miserable. Every goddamn mall, every Mills Mall, fucking Katy Mills, Auburn
The Mills Mall are the best ones. They're the ones that bring life to a small town.
Small
Miserable
town, there's
people.
suburbs and major cities. It's just a boring fucking mall. I just have no idea how you continue to go to Rainforest Cafe after Rainforest Cafe with the same menu and enjoy it more and more.
Maybe it's because it's all I have.
Oh.
It's all I have. When I was a boy, I went to the Rainforest Cafe, and I was a miserable little boy until I stepped through those doors, and I saw the animatronic animals. I ate the safari fries. I sipped on the icy with Cha-Cha's head rested upon it like a golden idol. We're going to every single Rainforest Cafe because it's an awesome place, and I don't know what I would do if it was gone.
Do you understand the toll 17 Rainforest Cafes has on your digestive system? I gotta find a moment to try and fix it.
And I gotta find a moment when you'd show me just a sliver of appreciation for this beautiful trip I'm taking you on. But no, we're gonna go to the last Rainforest Cafe, and you are going to enjoy the shit out of it, Eddie. I swear to God.
I'm going to enjoy it because it's the last one. I just want to be done with the trip. Just don't even fucking talk to me until we get there.
Well, maybe I won't.
No!
Good.
Maybe I fucking won't.
Good.
Mom and Dad are fighting! Please! Please don't! Don't fight like this! You're tearing this family apart! Please!
I had been a fool. I was so caught up in teaching Eddie about the wonder of the Rainforest Cafe that I didn't see what was right in front of me the whole time. This trip was meant to bring our hearts together, not shatter them completely. Was my love for this mega corporation-owned themed restaurant misplaced? I couldn't wrap my head around it. Maybe I should just forget about this silly goal and just work on repairing what's left of Eddie and I's friendship, and then maybe... Wait, I forgot Eddie hasn't even tried the famous volcano cake. There's still a chance to save him. The most famous item at the Rainforest Cafe, the brownie sparkling volcano dessert. A giant, rich chocolate brownie cake stacked up high, served warm with vanilla ice cream, creamy whipped topping, caramel, and chocolate sauces.
No wonder he's not enjoying himself. He's not having this at the end of every meal.
It was my only shot to instill the glory of the rainforest inside young Burback's heart. And what a perfect city for our last Rainforest Cafe.
Vegas?
Las Vegas. Nothing bad has ever happened in this city, and
bet it all on black. Do it.
everyone leaves wealthy emotionally, I think. We arrived in Las Vegas and I had the fire of ambition in my heart. Once Eddie knew that all he had to eat was that volcano, I could see the sparkle of joy in his eyes. And I was surprised too. He was being such a meanie 1,712 miles ago. Approaching this final Rainforest Cafe, we were filled with passion. And so we entered that rainforest. We ordered that volcano, and there it was, in all its glory. All it took was one bite, and I knew Eddie's mind had changed. I could see it in his eyes. We had completed our task and gone to every single Rainforest Cafe in North America. And Eddie was a bigger Rainforest Cafe fan than ever. Look how happy it is. There's no other reason why he could be happy right now. We gazed out onto the bright cityscape of our final stop, and we almost couldn't believe it. Ontario Mills, Galveston, Texas, Bloomington, Minnesota, Niagara Falls. We had done them all. We were true heroes. And what did I have to show for it, you may be asking? Well, every Rainforest Cafe gives you a free souvenir cup every time you buy a specific type of drink. So now, ladies and gentlemen, I have a souvenir cup from every single Rainforest Cafe in the country.
That's incredible. That's amazing. I'm sold. We're doing the trip. Oh, I am such a sucker for hoarding. I mean, collecting things. Are you kidding? Ah!
Guinness Book of World Records, your move.
That's so cool! Okay, all right. My curiosity was already piqued. As I said, I was considering going to one of these for my birthday, and I'm kind of not necessarily sad. I am glad that I watched this beforehand, and I'm even more excited to know that the ones in Texas are like the quote-unquote fancy ones. Dude, I have to go. It's gonna be incredible. Also, him getting the glasses from every single location. Oh, my collector heart. Oh, it's so much fun. I really enjoyed this, and I hope you did as well. Please, please, please make sure you check out the original video. It's gonna be linked down below. If you like my video, make sure you like and subscribe so I can see you in the next one. Thank you. Bye!